from PGW can help you save even more. Don't miss out on up to $1,000 of free money. It's simple. Just text money to 77037 or visit pgworks.com/LIHEAP. That's MONEY to 77037. PGW, helping ease minds this winter.
I need a tax preparer. How should I choose one?
Using a paid tax preparer this year? Before paying someone to do your taxes, make sure they're qualified. Ask about their fees, experience, and training. Check with a Better Business Bureau. Avoid anyone who promises a higher refund. And review your tax return before you sign it. And make sure your preparer signs it too. For more tips, visit irs.gov and search Choosing a Preparer.
We are the home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L O G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello. Hey there, family. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Welcome to Tuesday, January 9th. Do you believe it? I don't. I really don't. I feel like the first week flew by, but that's all right, right? That's all right. We're happy to be here. We are happy to be here to see another day, another second, another minute, and to live through another hour. I really hope you're making out well with this liquid sunshine we are experiencing. That's what I'm going to call it, liquid sunshine, because there's so much of it. But if you're out navigating in it, please be careful. Please be careful. I hope you're having a great day on purpose. Yes, I do. Happy birthday to all of our love bugs who are celebrating, especially if you're celebrating on today. Ooh. Family, listen, I have some things that I want to share with you. The first of which is to join Word. That's right. Join Word in partnership with Global Citizen and the Greater Philadelphia Martin Luther King Day of Service for the largest King Day service event in the nation, as we broadcast live from the Girard College Armory on Monday, January 15th, 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. Our beloved Solomon Jones will be our host for this signature broadcast, featuring information, solutions, special guests, and more. So family, keep it locked right here on Word Radio for more information. I have a quick question for you. And I've been asking you this, but I still want to know, because I want to know from all of you, not just from some of you. But have you checked out Cafe Mocha yet? Have you? So for those of you who are unaware, tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Yes, it is. Check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip hop legend Yo Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin, as they all bring their own point of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self-help advice. All of this wrapped in soundtracks of urban contemporary music. Family, that's Cafe Mocha. Sundays at 8 p.m. only on Word, Progressive Black Talk Media. So, family, you know what I like to do. And for those of you who are unaware, you know I'm going to tell you. If you are joining us by way of socials, let us know. Share a comment or even a few. Or, you can always give us a call. And you can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free by dialing 1-866-361-0900. That's if you want to share some love with us verbally. Nick and I, we appreciate the love any way you care to share it. And to our family members who are joining us with heavy hearts today, just know that I'm sending you extra love and hugs as always. Yes, I am. On behalf of your entire tribe and village, right here on Word, right here at Love and Life, because we want you to know that you're not alone. You are not alone. Okay? All right, family, let's get started. I want to introduce you to two extraordinary individuals. As you know, that's what we have here. Our new family members are extraordinary. Everybody's extraordinary. You know, I believe it to be so because we are. We are. But tonight, in this hour, I want to introduce you to Dr. Ashley Jordan, who is the president and CEO of the African American Museum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right here. Before serving in this role, she served as the senior director of development for the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. And she's not alone. She brought a guest with her. Yes, she did. She brought Daniel Fitzpatrick. Dan Fitzpatrick, yes, she did, who is a native of Philadelphia, but is a commercial banking executive with more than 30 years of experience and is the president of Citizens Mid-Atlantic Region. Family, I invite you to the conversation with both Dr. Ashley Jordan and Dan Fitzpatrick. Well, hello there, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you for the invitation to be here. It's an honor.
Absolutely, Coach, to be here, especially with Dr. Jordan. I'm in good company.
Likewise.
He did share that. He did share that before you joined us, Dr. Jordan. He said, I'm happy to be here because I'm with Dr. Jordan. He said, she's awesome. That's what he shared.
I feel the same way. This is a wonderful way for us to talk about the work that Citizens has done with the African American Museum of Philadelphia as a long-standing partnership that dates back before my arrival, 17 years exactly. But I feel like with Dr. King's celebration forthcoming, it's important to talk about the role that philanthropy can play, particularly through our corporate partnerships. And I believe that Citizens, through their core values, really embodies the work of Dr. King's legacy to combat this war on poverty and economic disparities. And so we're just happy to have them on board once again as our sponsor to help us be that community convening site for our community. And we're excited because MLK definitely speaks to that legacy of us wanting to be that place for our community.
I love that. I love that. Dan, well, first of all, you know what? I spoke briefly about the both of you, sharing with our family members. But Dan, I shared that you are native of Philadelphia. So have you left us, Dan? Have you left us? Do you still live in Philadelphia?
Oh, I still live in Philadelphia. Yeah, I live in the city, live and work in the city. So, yeah, I mean, it's from the Citizens' perspective. We have the most bank branches in the city of Philadelphia. We're the most neighborhood bank branches in the city of Philadelphia. So we're kind of everywhere in Philadelphia. So as a native Philadelphian, I'm really proud to lead our company because we are bullish on Philadelphia, fully vested in Philadelphia, and we love Philadelphia. So that's that's where we are, and that's what's so important about supporting the African American Museum in Philadelphia. It's a treasure that we have, and especially Carol. First and foremost, Carol, I want to thank you and Word for bringing attention to this, because I loved your comments about the Word has your day of service and from 7 to 10 that morning. Well, we hope after 10 a.m. many of your guests there for your days will come over to the African American Museum. We can call and get amped, right there at 7th and Arch Street, because that's what it really is, unlocking the legacy and life and all the learnings we have from Dr. Martin Luther King. It is so important. And again, what Citizens is doing, and I've been doing it personally for 17 years, is provide $30,000 of corporate support so that it's free admission on Monday, January 15th. We want everyone to come to the African American Museum that day, as well as that weekend. Lots of activities that Dr. Jordan will comment on. But it's really important that young people, adults, students, everybody gets in and really studies and learns the true legacy of Dr. King, who's a true American hero for all of us. And that's what's really important. But thank you for getting the word out, because we want as many people as possible to be at AMP on Monday on the Dr. King holiday.
Well, I must say here at Word, we are happy to support. We are avid supporters. We are advocates, and we appreciate what you all are doing. We so appreciate. We truly, truly do. And it's repeating in my head that the both of you said 17 years. This partnership has been ongoing for 17 years.
Right. Yeah, no, it's important. Well, and as we said, we're thrilled that Dr. Jordan came from Cincinnati to Philadelphia, because Dr. Jordan can talk about, there's a really exciting future for the African American Museum in Philadelphia. Big plans as you look out the next 5 and 10 years. But what's really important is just that we're all there to celebrate. What we really focus on is, when we think about giving back to the community, is education, workforce development, so many issues that are really important in the community. But it starts with that understanding. What we're really want to make sure that we're a part of the solution is that we have a diverse and inclusive workforce, and then diversity is our strength in Philadelphia. And I think we get better and better at that when we learn. And again, who better to learn from by studying the life and legacy of Dr. King? And that's what this is about. And again, we need to do this all year round, and the museum is open all year round. But this is obviously a special day, and I think it's important for all of us. We have holidays that we go, and that it truly is a day of service and a day of learning, so that we all appreciate one another, and really, and the incredible legacy that African Americans have had in Philadelphia, the history of Philadelphia, the history of our country. And that's what we all celebrate that day. And again, you're right there in the historic district right now at 7th and Arch.
How about that? I could not have said that better. Thank you for that, Dan. Thank you so much. I realize that we have the both of you for just an abbreviated amount of time this evening. So, Dr. Jordan, would you please share with us what we can look forward to in this upcoming celebration?
Yes, so our festivities kick off on this Saturday, the 13th. We are welcoming all guests to join us all day, free and reduced admissions to the African American Museum in Philadelphia. But the highlight of the day, we will be having some dance performances by Dance for Life, as they basically dance to performances as well as songs that were inspired or quoted from Dr. King directly. And so we're excited for the work, just as we talk about culture, how dance can play such an important part as we relay those messages of the legacy of Dr. King. And then also we have a musical act, Destiny Music, coming as a part of that celebration to help fulfill the role of that day. Again, talking about dance, we're talking about music, and then we continue on that celebration on Monday. Monday is our free day, where we're encouraging all people to come, because there is no admission, no barrier about cost. We just want you to come and enjoy the museum. And so on that Monday, from 9:30 to 5:30 p.m., free admission, but we want people to come back at 11 o'clock. There is a panel discussion which talks primarily on the focus of Dr. King and his work as a civil rights champion right here in Philadelphia, by highlighting scholars from the Charles L. Blockson collection there at Temple University. We'll have Dr. Turner, as well as some other key notable historians joining us for that discussion. And then also around 2 o'clock, we're talking with our featured artist for the weekend. Citizens has a very key piece that was in their collection that talks about the dream being reimagined today. And we have Mr. Amir with us. Mr. Amir Cooper will be joining us for that artist discussion, where we will be talking about the role of art today. And I said Amir Cooper, but it's Amir Campbell. And he will be joining. So in case there's other Amirs, I want to him his right credit, and it is Amir Campbell, and he will be joining us for that discussion, as well as allowing our students as well as our dogs to have a workshop activity where they too themselves can be a part of the dream and add their own interpretive color to their own canvas pieces. So we will have workshops for those to allow them a chance to make their own artist renderings for the work. So we have two workshops that people can access via our website at aampmuseum.org for registration opportunities. Of course, we have the registration there to just manage the volume of control with numbers and statistics, but it is a free day for the museum. Come one, come all, and let's celebrate, as Dan said, this great civil rights champion.
This is awesome.
It's really special. He's a special artist, and it from the citizens' perspective, we're so proud. We were referred to Amir by the Mural Arts Program. We wanted to have a painting that celebrated Dr. King, and really interesting. The Black NBA National Black NBA Conference was in Philadelphia in September of 2023. Amir did a live demonstration of him creating this beautiful painting that depicted, aspects of Dr. King's life and what he means culturally to us, in the teachings of freedom and hope and love. So it's really special. And then he can tell his story about how Dr. King inspired him and comes through in his art. So really special. And of course, there's always some fun, given we are citizens at Citizens Bank Park with the Phillies. The Philly Fanatic always makes an appearance. And great Milt Thompson, who is terrific. The coaches of the Phillies, longtime hero, will also be there at the museum on Monday, January 15th. So a lot of fun, lot for everybody.
There is so much to look forward to. So much. It sounds like this. Okay, this sounds like too much fun. So much fun. I mean, and I so appreciate the diversity that you're offering. There's something that, like you said, there's something for everybody, something everybody can enjoy in this celebration. Family, hi there. I am talking to you if you have just joined us. Welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Ashley Jordan, and she's brought a guest with her, none other than Mr. Dan Fitzpatrick. We are talking about the Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Let's put the junior. Let's get the name all the way right, okay? Celebrations that AMP will be presenting. That is the African American Museum of Philadelphia. You all know, we know very well. Yes, we do, because we do support, we love AMP. Yes, we do. I do want to share that our family members are checking in. Nasir Butler, hi there. He's sending peace and blessings to everyone. Cheryl Brown is doing the same thing. She's saying, hey there, family. Malcolm White is sharing that he's watching and listening from Westmount area. I look forward to that. I look for that message every night, Malcolm. I do. Good evening. Good evening. Cheryl follows her message with saying, good evening, Dr. Jordan and Mr. Fitzpatrick, and welcome. Harry shares some love with everybody as well. Harry Wims, that is. Wayne Green shares Happy New Year, and thank you for the compliment. Thank you. I so appreciate you. Harry shares, let's get our membership for AMP and for Word Radio. Let's do this. Okay. We're being charged with this. That's what we're being charged. And Tamika Patton Music, our beloved. They're beautiful. That's my boo. She shares that she misses MLK Day in Philadelphia. Family, we are talking about the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration that will take place at the African American Museum of Philadelphia. There's so much. What we're going to do in just a moment is take a short commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to share all of this information with you again. We're going to make sure that you know the website. For those of you who are watching, you can see that the website is listed in the comments section. But for those of you who missed it when Dr. Jordan shared it verbally, guess what? She's going to share it again. Yes, she is. Because we want to make sure you get all of this good information so you can participate as well. So we can all have a good time together in this celebration. Family, stay with us because we are coming right back.
The job search can be a difficult and frustrating process. Word's Livelihood Initiative was designed to help you find the right opportunity for your next professional move. Check out these recent openings posted on the Livelihood job board at wordworks.com. The Chambers of Commerce for Greater Philadelphia is hiring a research analyst. Penn Community Bank is hiring a customer service representative. For more information on these jobs and others, go to wordworks.com and learn more about the Livelihood Initiative, brought to you by Word Radio, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Approximately every 2 hours, one Pennsylvanian dies from a drug overdose. These are loved ones, mothers, brothers, grandparents, children, and friends. You never know when you may come across someone experiencing an overdose. Every second counts, and you can save a life by administering naloxone. Learn how to get naloxone by visiting pa.gov/opioids.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. Voting time in 2024. Yes, voting time in 2024. I hope you did your best and took a little rest. But now it's time to soar for us 2024. Yes, it's voting time. I said it's voting time. Gather women and men on whom you can depend. Take your friends who won't ignore. Cause it's voting time in 2024. Say it with pride. I register, I vote, I must. You may have buttons that say, I register, I vote, I must. Say it on the radio, the TV, the cell phone, or the landline. I register, I vote, I must. This is Dr. Lucille Ijoy. I register, I vote, I must.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are joined in this hour with Dr. Ashley Jordan of the African American Museum of Philadelphia, and she's brought with her another family member, Dan Fitzpatrick, president of Citizens Mid-Atlantic Region. They are sharing with us information about the upcoming Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration. I cannot wait. Let me tell you that. First of all, I love MLK Day. I love celebrating. I love celebrating. And if you missed everything that was shared in before the commercial break, well, guess what? It's all right, because we're going to share that information with you once again. Before we do, though, I do want to acknowledge that our family members are checking in. Darren, hey there, Smitty. He shares, everybody have a blessed night. Everybody. And Cheryl wants to thank everybody for checking on her. She's got nothing but love. Donna Baker's checking in as well. And Miss Julie is talking about the liquid sunshine that I mentioned. She's sending prayers for all of the areas of our vast country that are experiencing difficulties of both extremes, floods and droughts. Thank you, Miss Julie, for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Harry shares, I love our community. Yes, I do. I know you do, and I do too. He shares, we must support our organizations. We must. And Eric is asking a question. Hi there, Eric, by the way. Just Rick, it is. He shares, welcome, Dr. Jordan and Mr. Fitzpatrick. My question is for the both of you. Do you find that the Philadelphia African American Museum has attracted interest and attendance from all cultures nationwide?
Oh, yes. Excellent question. I would say that the African American Museum in Philadelphia does attract all nationalities to our organization, because I do believe that through our exhibitions and through our programmatic pieces, we like to include universal concepts that have appeal to everyone. Speaking to topics about family, love, gender equity. I mean, these are things that matter, but most importantly, freedom. I think at the essence of what we do, we're always talking about inclusive freedom in the various forms in which they come in. And in that regard, I think because of that, those themes, that is why we have a national appeal from, coast to coast, as well
Sure.
as national audience members that are now connected to us because of the fact that post-pandemic we've had to pivot and offer more things on a virtual space. And so there are times where we have folks that will log in from other countries. And so that is one thing I would say from the pandemic, that was something that allowed the museum to make the right pivot to have greater reaches outside of the United States.
That's awesome. 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 Now, family, I did share with you that we have both Dr. Jordan and Mr. Fitzpatrick for an abbreviated amount of time this evening. So I'm watching the clock. I am. But before we have to let you both go, would you share with us once again, Dr. Jordan, the website for those of our family members who may be unaware, who are listening and are just maybe unaware? Would you please share with them the website, and would you just abbreviate just what we can expect or look forward to in the upcoming celebration?
Yes. So for this weekend, the African American Museum, in partnership with citizens, will be hosting MLK Day celebrations throughout the weekend, starting on January 13th. Through that Monday, January 15th, we will have free admission to the public, which allows people a chance to come with no barrier of the cost or the expenses to attend two special programs, one beginning at 11 o'clock and the second beginning at 2. That 2 o'clock session will feature Mr. Amir Campbell, who is an artist who did a wonderful piece talking about the dream of Dr. King, but will allow our visitors as well as audience participants to take a chance to make their own artist rendering about what Dr. King's dream means to them. And then earlier that day on the 15th, we will have a panel discussion about Dr. King's life here in Philadelphia and his impact in areas of civil rights, led by a panel discussion of scholars, such notable from the Charles Blockson collection. We have Dr. Turner coming to lead us in that discussion. So we have a wonderful day of scholarship on Monday. And on Saturday, they can welcome to check out the overview of just art through dance, music, and those things are all accessible via our website at aampmuseum.org. And I did see Harry's comment about membership. You can also find information about memberships. That way people can stay connected to us all year long about the work that we are doing to promote this legacy of life. Because our goal ultimately is to go beyond the quotable Dr. King to the livable Dr. King. And we want to make sure that these messages resonate 365.
Thank you for that. Dan, were you about to say something?
I was just going to say, and Dr. Jordan articulated that so well, but I think what's also really special this year, if you think about what we celebrated last week, the 100th mayor of Philadelphia, Mayor Cheryl Parker, our first woman mayor, we've got a Black woman leading our city. There's so much optimism in the city of Philadelphia right now. And if you think about Dr. King's legacy, well, Cheryl Parker is part of Dr. King's legacy, and we should be celebrating Philadelphia because, again, everyone in the city is hugely optimistic about the future of Philadelphia right now under Mayor Parker's leadership, and Kenyatta Johnson is new president of City Council. There's just a lot of really good things happening in Philadelphia. And part of it and how we get to this place is because we are being inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King, his life, his legacy, his teachings of freedom, hope, and inclusion. And that's what we're committed to with citizens. And just so thrilled to be a partner with the African American Museum in Philadelphia for 17 years. We just hope as many people as possible come out. And of course, we want them to do your day of service, the word day of service as well at Girard College, because that's great. We got a little bit of service we're going to do later in the afternoon as well in Philadelphia. But and again, Carol, thank you for putting a spotlight on the African American Museum, which is such an important institution for all of us about the great history of African Americans in Philadelphia and in our country's history, how we get to this great place, but also on Dr. King's holiday. That we need everybody to learn and celebrate this culture because we can all learn and continue to learn.
I'm in full agreement with that. I cannot thank you both enough. Just thank you so much, so much, so much. And the fact that you both have said this has been an ongoing partnership, 17 years thus far. That's amazing. Thank you for the continuity. Thank you for just remaining steadfast, and thank you for changing with the times instead of letting it go and saying, no, it's too much of a challenge. Thank you. Thank you for rising to the challenge and for accepting the charge. Eric actually says thank you as well. This just sounds awesome and it feels awesome. He shares that he personally wants to thank both of you and your teams for the steadfast dedication to giving life and longevity to such a wonderful and educational organization. Well done. Well done. Thank you both. I know that you both have to run, and we actually have one of our family members on the phone line right now. So I just want to say thank you. Please visit with us again sooner than later, as a matter of fact. Family, for those of you who missed the website, that is www.aampmuseum.org. You can find out everything you need to know about the celebration, about membership, about upcoming events beyond this celebration, because there's so much. There's so much, so much. Thank you both again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we hope to see you soon. Will you come to visit with us soon?
Absolutely. Carol, thank you so much. And we're just so fortunate in Philadelphia to have Dr. Ashley Jordan with us, leading an important institution.
We are.
Thanks.
All helping us get the word out. So thank you, Dan. Thank you, Carol. Because I'm in collaboration of you all supporting our institution. So thank you.
Thanks.
It is a pleasure and a privilege.
Yeah.
See you at the celebration.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Family. OMG. That just sounds so amazing. It sounds like so much fun. What I want to do is take a moment to go to our phone lines. One of our family members is waiting to join the conversation. Hello, and thank you so much for calling.
Yes, I wanted to speak to Miss Jordan, but I understand the time frame. And Miss Jordan, your name is absolutely right. Dr. King said, Jordan River, I'm bound to cross. You'll cross from one state to another. Here in Philadelphia, I got a chance to meet you. You can ask Dr. Turner, Dr. Child Blockson, written something for me. I'm going into the Child Blockson library, and I'm looking forward to meet you again. And I wanted to say to you what you said about your mother when you came on Carol Show once before, when you were taking leadership over there. It was so significant. You said that your mother said to you, always be respectful to your people. And what I gathered after you and my Memphis you that day with your dancers in there, if someone would say to Miss Jordan, because you're very confident with yourself and who you are, if someone would make the comments and say, you know, Miss Jordan, you're very conceited. With the mildness and the coolness of your mentality, you would respond with an answer like this. Last year I was conceited, this year I'm convinced. Now get on about your business. The other thing I want to say is what we're faced with Dr. King, with his life story here, have already been written for him. And I certainly hope we will be kind to one another. What I'm seeing in my life, and I'm not a person that don't complain, I can handle myself very well without cussing. I'm seeing all people are very envious of one another. I'm beginning to experience that more in this time frame. Let's say in the last 70 years. Envious because someone else has talent. I have something you may not have. I have found with my experience when people come with me with that, I remind them, why are you so mean-spirited? You contradict what your skin represents, especially your mentality. So as we celebrate Dr. King life, the question Ryan asked, and I say to Malcolm and all y'all guys that's there and always support Cal and many other people that are listening. If I had a song to write, Malcolm, and I would have you sing that song, and as we would greet one another, the words would go like this, Mr. Malcolm. Malcolm would step to the podium and say these words. I see rainbow colors, red, white, and blue, and black. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. This is what love and life is about. Lady just called in a little earlier, thanking the WRD family in the evening time, at the same time, not excluding anyone else for being an inspiration. That's what life is all about. So as we celebrate Dr. King, like he also said one or other word, and I'll be quick with this. Dr. King said, I think of my death, and I don't think of my death in any more of a sense. What is I once said over me when I have to meet my day? I don't want a long sermon. And if you get somebody to commit to eulogy, tell them not to talk too long. Tell them not to mention I have a Nobel Peace Prize or 3 or 4 other hundred awards. You want to say that I was a drum major. Tell them I was a drum major in the Army for justice and for peace. Tell them I tried to feed those who was hungry. Tried to visit those who was in prison. Be a comfort to those who were sad. Then my living will not be in vain. My question, Ryan, I ask myself, in these many years, and every year I get up, I ask this question, what have I done to guide and to inspire somebody? And I say this, well, Lord, I tried. And I just want to thank those that my legs are feeling better. Look how the blessings come back. The comforter with a kind word. And Malcolm and you guys in South Philadelphia, what you do, I say this, I have to name my team in South Philadelphia. Great is thou faithfulness on this earth, supporting the station, supporting one person on the station. And I'm going to close with these words. May God bless you for giving. May you be blessed, Malcolm, and all you guys. And I hope very soon that Western South Philly and other people involved in it, we can go to the candle place and buy each and every one a candle and give it to each one. So when they time, when the dark clouds hang low, we can light the candle in memories, not in death, of the inspiration of what love and life means to Philadelphia. Thank you very much.
Ron, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Ron, I appreciate you. I just want you to know that I truly do appreciate you. I appreciate how you constantly, you just share with us. You care so deeply, and it just overwhelms me. It really does. It really does. I just want you to know how much you are appreciated and how much you are loved. And we appreciate your transparency and your vulnerability. I say it all the time because I want you to know it and because I mean it. I mean it. So thank you. Family, hi there. For those of you who have just joined us, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Here it is, Tuesday, January 9th. We just had a conversation with Dr. Ashley Jordan, and she brought with her Dan Fitzpatrick to share with us about the upcoming celebration presented by the African American Museum of Philadelphia. I don't know about you, but I look forward to MLK Day. If there's no other day, I really do. I really do. I mean, I'd like to believe I'm a woman of service, but I don't know. There's just something special. It's just like a jump start. MLK Day is a jump start. Like, okay, all right. It's just like church for me. But if you will, it feels good to celebrate the life and the legacy of Dr. King. And it feels good to do it in concert with all of you. I'm curious to know, do you have any traditions for MLK Day? Is there anything that you all do? I don't know, as a family or even individually. Is there anything that you do to celebrate MLK Day? I'm really, really curious to know, really. Again, Ron overwhelms me. He really does. And that's not the right word. That's not the right word. I don't feel overwhelmed. I feel overjoyed, but he's so warm and he's so loving that I appreciate, and that's just not enough, but I just so appreciate his willingness to love and to share and how he expresses himself. I do. So family, here we are. Time to take a short commercial break, but we are coming right back. I have a question for you, and it pertains to a conversation we were having last night. It was a statement that was made that I was sharing that we would address last night, and we did not And I'd like to do so before we go into the next hour. I wasn't sure if it was Harry or Harold who made the statement. I'm not sure. But when we come back from this commercial break, let's talk about it. Okay? Stay with us because we'll be right back.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4Word member, sign up, family member, or a friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
Are you or someone you love struggling with an addiction to drugs or alcohol and want to be set free from the chains of addiction? Then call Addiction Helpline America right now to get the help you need. From drug and alcohol addiction to dual diagnosis treatment, we provide a confidential helpline to help people like you get sober and live happy, substance-free lives.
Treatment helped me get my life back. I was so addicted, the only person I could focus on was myself and what I needed. I hit rock bottom and lost everything. Through treatment, I was able to overcome those demons and focus on my family again.
I used until I overdosed and almost died. That was the end of the road for me. After seeking treatment, I now have hope. I learned skills that help me deal with life on life's terms.
800-932-1745. 800-932-1745. 800-932-1745. That's 800-932-1745.
Hi, this is Christina Ricci with RAIN. Join RAIN in the fight against sexual violence and volunteer in your community. Log on to RAIN.org, that's RAINN.org, to learn how you can be the someone.
Brought to you by RAIN and this station.
Tune in to EcoWord Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 11 a.m. for the PA Lottery EcoWord Tip of the Day. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. So I was talking just before the break about the conversation we had last night. Now, last night we were talking with Terry Hodges, and we were talking about the world of Black entertainment right now and what's going on. But there was a comment that was made that I really wanted to address, or actually I wanted to discuss, I should say. Harry and Harold, I'm not really sure which one of you made the comment about our men being seen wearing dresses. You were saying that there's and please correct me if I do not get this all the way right. You know, I don't mind. I want to make sure I'm not sharing misinformation. But there was a comment made last night about how our Black men how the goal is to emasculate our Black men. And I'm curious to know, because that comment was made, do you feel that, oh, it was Henry, thank you, Henry made that comment. I'm curious to know, as we're moving, here we are in 2024, you were sharing that is the goal. Do you find that you see those images more often than not? Or are you finding that when I read it last night, let me share, family, just for a moment. When I read it last night, I remember thinking that I don't know, I haven't seen those images as much, but then I started thinking about it, and I imagine you were referring to like the Tyler Perry. I don't know. So I'm curious to know about the images that you're seeing and this goal that you believe is at play. So please talk with me about this. Talk with me about this because I want to know. We talk so much about what's taking place in our communities. We talk so much about what's happening on a widespread level. I'm just curious to know. I'm curious to know. I haven't seen those images unless I don't know. I don't know if I'm even blind to it because I could be because we see so much. We digest so much. I don't know if I'm blind to it. I don't know. But it is my hope. I will tell you this. It is my hope that as we move forward, that we all come together, that the Black family reunites, that the Black family, meaning on a familial level, as it pertains to the man and woman, that we come together and we have a unity like never before. That's my hope. That's my hope. That's my hope. So if you're seeing these images, I'm curious to know where are you seeing these images so frequently? Talk with me, family. Talk with me. Talk with me. Talk with me. Call me 215-634-8065. Call me toll free 1-866-361-0900. You can also comment on the socials because I welcome that as well. I just want to know. Henry shares on most of the female reality shows. Most of the men act like women. Oh, see, okay. Now I don't watch these reality shows. No wonder. Okay. I don't watch these reality shows. I was curious to know. I was saying, where are you seeing this? And Shirley shares that she doesn't see. Hi there, Shirley. And congratulations, by the way. Shirley is on the magazine cover. It's a beautiful, stunningly beautiful cover. I'm sorry, family, for mixing apples with oranges, but I do like to celebrate you all. So our beloved Shirley's on the magazine cover. She shares that she doesn't see it a lot outside of Medea. So I'm hopeful. I'm always hopeful, but I tell you this all the time. I'm always hopeful and prayerful, quite honestly, that we find our way back to one another. We find our way back to the tight unit, the tight-knit Black family. It's always my hope. And I'm always so grateful to see the families that remind me or are reminiscent of what I remember from the tight-knit Black family. Like we've had some family members that have joined us. Our beloved, our baby, Nathaniel Barlow. I can't remember Nate's last name. Oh, family, help me. But we were talking about his mother and his father and about their family unit. And we were talking about how uplifted we all felt just feeling the love that they have for one another and for their children. And I don't know. I don't want to tell me if I'm wearing rose-colored glasses, if this is what's, these images are what you see predominantly, and I just don't, because that's possible too. Y'all know. Well, we had one of the family members tell me one night, Carol, you don't see it all. So tell me if I don't. Miss Audrey is sharing. I can't speak for Harry, but I will say that here we are centuries later, and I have no doubt that the statues of men with their genitals exposed is an indication of not enough time spent on their health nor on love. More aspects of virility then and now. That's a good point, Miss Audrey. Always. That's a really good point. Harry shares that these shows that spotlight everybody's lifestyle. This is what he's seeing these images on there. I think I see more other things. Harry shares, I know the commercial has many interracial couples. No, I do see that. Oh, Harry, I do see that. I don't see a lot of Black families on our commercials. We talked about that with Dr. Gooden. I don't know if you all will remember Dr. Io Gooden when she visited with us She made mention of that as well, that we don't see a lot of Black families on our commercials. You're right, Harry. We do see a lot of interracial couples in our families on the commercials on TV, I should say. But there's a lot. There are a lot of images that are being fed to us. But I'm grateful that we have celebrations like this upcoming celebration. So we can be reminded, we can remind one another, and it gives us the opportunity to just pull one another in. It just really, I love that. Shirley shares, yes, the casting calls, no, request LGBTQ. Really? I mean, family, like I shared, I do my best not to be judgmental in any way. But yeah, there is a but. But I am challenged. I will say I'm challenged with what we're doing as it pertains to what we're sharing and what we're doing, just period. It's a big conversation. It's a big conversation. And I only intended to just ask you your opinion about the conversation that was started last night. So I don't know that there's a whole lot of time, but I know that we're living in a world where there's a lot of fluidity, there's a lot of identification, and I don't want to offend anyone because I really, really, really don't have a lot of knowledge in that area. I'm not well versed. I know I've shared that in the past. I'm not well versed at all. So, um, but it is interesting to me that the casting calls. Well, I guess. Well, Shirley, are you saying that for everything that so Shirley, as you all may be aware, is in the entertainment industry and she's an actress. So she's sharing that the casting calls request specifically individuals from the LGBTQ community. And huh, hmm, that's interesting. But we are living in a diverse world, and I think that it's important that we all, well, education is key. So again, I was saying, I don't know that I can really speak legitimately because I don't know. There's so much that I don't know. And I don't want to offend anybody at all, because it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. I just want to make sure that I am correct in what I'm saying. How about that? Because I don't want to misquote. I don't want to misstate in any way. And we're all God's children. So I want to make sure that at all times I'm being clear in that regard. But I don't see a lot of families. I don't see a lot of heterosexual or presented as heterosexual families. I'll say that. But I was speaking at first as it pertains to color. I didn't even think about as it pertains to sex. But I am going off the deep end right now. That's what's happening right now because I was starting this conversation. I was starting this conversation about our men wearing dresses, and I wasn't seeing these images, so I just wanted to know where these images were being presented. The majority of these images were being presented, but thank you for that. Yeah, Harry, I did see that. France did get their first gay prime minister. I saw that. I thought I mentioned that. I guess I overlooked that. I missed it. But yeah. Oh, Miss Rosalind, did you just throw me under the bus? She said, "What was the topic?" You know what? You know the topic. I was asking you a question about what Henry shared last night. He said he sees a lot of images of our men in dresses. So I was asking about that. But all of what we're talking about in this moment is sensitive. It's all of a very sensitive nature. And as I was saying, I in no way intend, nor do I want to offend anyone in this. We're talking about some things of which I have no knowledge. So what I'm not going to do is go down that road because I don't know enough to share. Okay. I don't know enough. I was asking you. I was asking you all. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to get ready for our sports update with the guru himself, with the oracle, the one and only Chris Murray. So in preparation for that, we're going to take just a short commercial break. When we come back, this slate will be erased, okay? And we will be ready to dig down into sports. Family, give me a pass. Give me a pass. I don't know what's happening tonight. I don't know. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on Love and Life.
Our guest in this hour is the author of the book, Among the Bros, a fraternity crime story. I invite you to the conversation with Max Marshall. Max did a story on the College of Charleston. He went there to investigate a small-time trafficking ring within a specific Greek fraternity, that is. How were they able to distribute the narcotics?
I thought I was just investigating a crime ring of these guys who got caught with 44,000 Xanax pills. And a defense lawyer let it slip that not only had they been caught with 44,000 Xanax pills, they'd also been caught with about a dozen pounds of marijuana, a few pounds of cocaine, an assault rifle with a grenade launcher, a few other assault rifles, and 3.5 million Xanax pills. So they were using something called the dark web. It's kind of like Amazon for illegal things. And so what these kids would do is they would buy alprazolam powder, which is what you use to make Xanax, shipped to South Carolina. They would heat seal the pills in chip bags or Skittles bags. And doing this, they were able to traffic ultimately millions of pills.
And that's your hottest 60 seconds this week from Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
For more than a decade, Comcast has been committed to bridging the digital divide in Philadelphia and across the country. From connecting people to the internet to opening doors for the next generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and storytellers, they are helping to create a future that benefits generations to come. Now, Comcast is expanding their efforts through Project Up, their comprehensive initiative to help build a future of unlimited possibilities. Backed by a $1 billion commitment to reach tens of millions of people over the next decade, Comcast is working to ensure all Philadelphians have the skills, resources, and opportunities they need to participate and excel in an increasingly digital world. This includes partnering with community experts to build a network of digital navigators, trusted individuals who help build awareness around initiatives like the government's Affordable Connectivity Program and teach critical digital skills to get more people online. Project Up, building a future of unlimited possibilities. Learn more at comcast.com/Project Up. Through Project Up, Comcast is committing $1 billion to build a future of unlimited possibilities.
The YMCA is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose, what makes us tick below the surface. Y is the before work hustle, an after school home, a section of my block, a corner to call my own. With my Y, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your Y. Join today at ymca.org for a better us.
Hey there, good people. This is Mother, Andrea Lawful Sanders, your host Mondays through Fridays from 5 to 7 a.m. I want to thank you all, first of all, for joining me there, because it warms my heart to see so many of you move to join me at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get up at 3:45 each morning so I can talk to each and every one of you, and you reciprocate. On The Source, we talk about solutions. You've all seen me do this. Education is huge, and you all know Mother loves her seasoned citizens, right? And so we have all the conversations that you could possibly want. We also open up the phone line so you can call anytime you want to, because I always have a good dose of love and affection and understanding for each and every one of you. You know, we are undeniably here for you, the listeners. You have been so kind and so generous to us over the years, and it was my ultimate goal to give you exactly what you are looking for. So remember now, in these Wacondan streets, you can join us 5 a.m. every Monday through Friday, only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Meet us there and see you soon.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you to keep bacteria in food from making you ill with 4 simple steps.
This will be a walk in the park.
Clean. Wash hands and surfaces often.
I'm waiting for the ring cycle.
Separate. Keep raw meats away from ready-to-eat foods.
Yep.
Cook. Make sure meat, poultry, and seafood is cooked to the right temperature.
Fire in the hole!
And chill. Refrigerate food promptly.
Bingo!
Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
We are the home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. That success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hello there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Welcome to the top of the second hour of Love and Life. It was my hope during the commercial break that I would kind of get myself together, but it didn't work. It did not work. So I'm just going to ask for a pass for tonight because I don't know where I am. I don't know what's happening. It must be the liquid sunshine, the abundance of liquid sunshine. I don't know. In any event, I want to share some things with you once again. Family, I was sharing earlier, but I'm going to tell you once again. Join Word in partnership with Global Citizen and the Greater Philadelphia Martin Luther King Day of Service for the largest King Day service event in the nation as we broadcast live from the Girard College Armory on Monday, January 15th from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. Our beloved Solomon Jones will be our host for this signature broadcast featuring information, solutions, special guests, and more. Keep it locked, family, right here on Word Radio for more information. Now, I was asking you earlier and a few days ago as well if you all have checked out Cafe Mocha yet. So for those of you who are unaware, tune in to Cafe Mocha every Sunday from 8 until 10 p.m. Cafe Mocha is radio from a woman's perspective. Check out the flavor from the hosts, comedian and actress Lonnie Love, hip-hop legend Yo-Yo, and broadcast veteran Angelique Perrin, as they all bring their own point of view to today's issues, social commentary, celebrity interviews, and self-help advice. All of this wrapped in soundtracks of urban contemporary music. Family, that's Cafe Mocha, Sundays at 8 p.m., only on Word, Progressive Black Talk Media. I want to share with you, I'm sharing in a moment, y'all know I share. My little fur child is to my right here, and she's been tapping me. She's afraid of the storm, and she keeps trying to jump into my lap. So I'm sharing this with you in case you see this huge ball of fur and that replaces my face, just so you know. But that's my little sugar lump who is, for whatever reason, she's afraid of this storm tonight. But in any event, family, you know what day it is, you know what time it is. In this hour, we are always joined by our beloved Chris Murray. For those of you who don't know, I don't know how you don't, but he is an on-air personality, a journalist, and a college professor. With more than 30 years of experience as a print and broadcast journalist, he's covered the Super Bowl, World Series, the NCAA tournament, the NBA playoffs, and World Championship boxing. Now, that's just to name a few. He currently hosts his own sports show right here on Word on Saturdays titled The Chris Murray Report. But he obliges us on Tuesdays by sharing his perspectives on all aspects of the sports world. Family, I welcome you to the conversation with none other than Chris Murray. Well, hello there, beloved. How are you?
How are you? How's everything going?
I will not complain. I won't complain, but I tell you, I'm special today.
You special? Well, you're
Yes.
always special.
Well, I'm extra special today. I can't get myself together.
I've had those days too.
I can't get it together. I can't get it together today, Chris. But so here we are. First of all, happy new blessings and new beginnings. Welcome to 2024, because the last time I saw you, we were not yet in 2024. Right?
Yeah, well, we're
I don't think so.
I think last week.
Is that another faux pas? Is that another faux pas?
Yeah.
Am I still in see? All right, so Howard.
Actually, last week I was down at City Hall. My wife covers politics and everything, so I was kind of hanging out hanging out at all the councilmanic, I guess, parties. And there's some pretty good food down there too, and they have some good drink there too. But I'm not going to get into that. And especially, I'm not going to say her name. So there's a certain, I have a strong affection for members of Zeta Phi Beta sorority. So so that's
Chris, you're telling secrets.
I had some fun.
You're telling secrets.
Nah.
I love this background you have.
Yeah, I had to put in a new background because what happened, I had changed my browser. And a few minutes before the show, because all we have I can't find my WURD logo, so now I gotta go back and find it. At least for next week's show and everything. But I like this background here.
I love this background.
Yeah, because that's those are pictures I'm trying to figure out when I took those pictures. But in any event, man. Oh God! It was hard to watch the games this weekend. It really, for the Eagles, it really was tough. I mean, there's a lot of things you can say, and I don't know. I've just been trying to figure it out. I know I've written a column I wrote my last column, about the collapse of this team. It should be in tomorrow's paper. Tomorrow's Philadelphia on Philasun.com for the Philadelphia Sunday Sun. And basically, this team's breakdown comes down to coaching and whether or not the players have any faith in the coaches, although Jason Kelsey said, no, everybody's putting on a good face, saying that especially A.J. Brown, who said, who revealed that loss in Seattle, that long pass play, was because him and Jalen, made it up and everything, and so from that standpoint, there's something.
Everything all right?
Yeah. One of my computers is out of Bowie State, and somehow there's an alert there. So sorry about that. I apologize.
No. I just want to make sure you're good. But go ahead.
I'm good. But he basically said it was him and Jalen that decided to throw that pass in Seattle that pretty much ended the game. It was still a stupid play, no matter who called it, but. I just think, and they're trying to put on a happy face. I do think that there's kind of a distrust of the coaching staff right now, and I do think that people are blaming Jalen Hurts for it. I think Jalen Hurts is partially responsible, as is the team, and all partially responsible. But I wonder, the coaching, and there's going to be some questions about whether or not the assistants are going to stay, depending upon when the Eagles exit the playoffs. If the Eagles, some people are saying that the way the Eagles played on Sunday, I mean, there's a lot of people who said that the Eagles should have just sat their starters. They should have just sat down everybody. AJ Brown, Jalen, both of them got hurt. But at the same time, I think the fans were looking for this team to generate something, feel good about something. I don't know if beating the Giants on Sunday would have, given them some momentum. I don't know, but they had to feel good about something. I think the team has to feel good about knowing that they can win. And so in that game on Sunday was just like, man, it was just
it was painful.
It was painful for Eagles fans. It was painful for me to watch it, and it was painful in a sense that it encapsulated everything, every little thing about this team and this sort of it's like an old Phyllis Hyman song, "Living in Confusion" and whatnot. And it's almost like this team has been living in this in this sense of confusion now for the last 5 or 6 weeks. And something, I don't know if they're going to clear it up. I've seen teams clean things up in the playoffs. Sometimes just getting to the playoffs, anything can happen. I mean, the Phillies a couple of years ago limped into the playoffs and then, went to the World Series. So anything can kind of happen with this team. But in this town, people are skeptical about, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
You should be skeptical. I mean, if I'm a fan, and I'm, when I'm in fan, I'm constantly skeptical. But the thing is that this coaching staff never made any adjustments. They in that game they couldn't pick up. And this is why I say it encapsulates the season because in that game you knew the defensive coordinator from the Giants who resigned this week was going to throw every blitz in the book. The quarterback should have known it. The coaching staff didn't know it, should have known it. And next thing you know, Hurts has a busted up finger. And, AJ Brown's out with a knee, but I don't know no one knows if he's going to play. But it wasn't like an ACL tear. At least it hasn't been reported yet that it was an ACL sprain. And perhaps in that second half they figured out Dallas wasn't going to lose to Washington. Pull out the starters, and maybe they needed some. Dare I say, maybe maybe they needed some rest. Maybe that sometimes you got to get out of the game just to kind of say, you know what, let's get out for a minute. Let's take a look. Everybody needs to rest up. Sometimes you need a day to kind of. I don't know. I'm kind of grasping at straws, but the thing about it, it was just hard to watch. It was hard to watch that game. It was hard to watch a backup quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, picking apart the Eagles defense. That was terrible. That's come on, man. I was upset. I was just like, come on, I'm like, what are you guys doing? And it's just that this coaching staff, I don't know. I just don't know if they have a clue about anything, and translating to the players. And so I don't know. As a fan, you're watching this. I'm asking you, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I turned it off. First of all, I was hurt and embarrassed. And last week I kept saying, well, first of all, when we started talking, a few weeks ago, I was saying, okay, when the Eagles started losing, I said, wait a minute, they're playing like a team that doesn't know the game. They're playing like they don't know how to play. They're playing like, that I was hoping was a fluke. I was hoping it would change, and it hasn't. And it is embarrassing. It is terribly embarrassing. And it's insulting as a fan because I'm curious. I want to know what is happening. What are y'all doing? What what are y'all doing? I can't even get my words together. The coaches, what is going on with the coaching staff? It's clear to me that there's a disconnect between the team and the coaches. I don't know if they're not, they're not talking or they're not listening. Something's going on. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. But whatever it is, you're saying, they need something. Well, I feel like it's too late. I feel like it's too late. And I know I am a diehard Eagles fan, but I feel like, okay, y'all, everybody needs to go rest. Everybody just needs to go have a seat, go rest somewhere, and let's just try this again. The next go around. That's how I feel right now.
Well, I mean, there's an old story, and sometimes I hate I hate bringing things from that I've heard about from the not so distant past of the 1970s. But I heard a story of an NFL team who shall be nameless that they had gotten shut out in a big game, and basically the coach comes back to the meeting, is very upset. And takes his clipboard. Well, why don't y'all just go out and play touch football? And that's what that team did. And then they end up making a Super Bowl run. But
oh wow,
I mean, sometimes I think there has to be a moment where things can hit rock bottom. I mean, you may have. I don't know if any of us ever had days when maybe something wasn't going right at the job. I've had days where I just, I know you got to go to break. I'm sorry.
No. I was just telling you my train derailed. I was just telling you that, I don't know where I am tonight. We all have bad days. Well,
right.
Less favorable days.
Yeah. Some days you just got to go home and just run. I don't know, play your video game or play. In my case, I was trying to learn how to lift every voice and sing, but I couldn't find, or my guitar. I couldn't. Some of the chords were kind of funny. And one of the lessons I just couldn't. So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna watch TV. Sometimes you just gotta just come back and relax. It's like writing papers. Sometimes I can be writing a story and my brain just says, nah, man, we ain't functioning no more. We want to do something else. And so you talk on the phone, you do something to relax, and then your mind brings it back to you. Maybe that has to happen for the Eagles. Maybe something. They have to do something. I don't know. Play Monopoly. I don't know. I have no answers for that. They got to do something to bring the Zen back. I don't know. They got to.
It doesn't look like any of us have an answer to that.
No.
None of us. What I want to do, Chris, right now is acknowledge some of our family members who are joining the conversation. And also, Nick, I welcome your comments. Especially when we dig deep into our sports update. But right now, I do want to share that Joey Dixon is sharing some love and jazz with everybody. And we so appreciate you for that, Joey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I also want to share that Jessie Lane Power, our beloved, she is checking in. Hi there, beautiful. Nicole P. Hi there. She shares hi, love and life. And word family. Sorry, late checking in, but happy to be here. We're happy to have you here. She has a question that we're going to dig into after the commercial break, but she wants to know what's happening with the Sixers. That's a whole nother conversation, Chris, that we're going to get into as well. Malcolm shares that he changed the channel when the Giants went up to 24-0. Yeah. Well, Malcolm, you weren't alone. Okay. You were not alone. It just felt painful. Just painful. Henry shares that coaching and injuries he feels is the reason for the Eagles' demise, if you will. What's going on? Miss Roslyn shared she believes it's coaching as well. She said the coaches act like they were somewhere else, and she was pissed off. She was just pissed off the entire last game. Harry shares he believes somebody needs to get fired from the coaching squad. Well, that conversation was floating around too, weren't they say they were trying to shut that down? The coaches were making statements. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Malcolm shares that the coaches have lost the locker room. See, I said there's a disconnect. Either the team isn't listening or it's I don't know. Either they're not talking or the team isn't listening. I don't know if the coaches have given up because it sure looks that way. How about that? Mizzy G is joining us. Hi there, beautiful. Hello, and happy new year to you as well. I don't know what is happening. I see all these Cowboys fans. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Brennan is sharing. Happy Tuesday, Carol and Chris. I am truly saddened by the Eagles' latest loss. We know that you're not. However, I am looking forward to their upcoming title run to Las Vegas. Fly, Eagles, fly. He shares, let's go, Cowboys. You know what? I see the Cowboys fans in here. Wait a minute. I did see another comment. Was it Shirley? I believe Shirley said go Cowboys too. Eric shares, hey, Master Murray, welcome back. I hear you, sir. We feel your pain. Love that sports background, though.
Well, I feel the pain, although, boy, but the sarcasm from Cowboys fans, wow. Remember, they haven't been, they've not been, I just remind them, they have not been to the Super Bowl in a while. And, just saying, and the thing, and that's no disrespect to Cowboys fans. I respect Cowboys fans, and I'm kind of, not that I'm neutral, but it's just I kind of like, it's the Cowboys. The Cowboys. Cowboys fans are who and what they are and whatnot. I'm more concerned about. I look at, and because I cover this fan base in this city, and because I do cover this fan base, and I do write about this thing. It's just. My thing is that you can't let your rival, your rival can talk a lot of trash and all this other stuff. That's fine. But
Chris, wait, I want to interject. One moment. I was not looking at the time. Family, I told you I'm having such an off night, but you know what? I'm
my bad.
Rebuke it.
That's my bad.
No, that was me. Family, stay with us because we've got to take just a short break. We are coming right back.
Happy New Year. Let's prioritize and take charge of our health this new year. We can do that by learning how to get the information we need from our healthcare providers and better navigating our healthcare systems. The Institute for Healthcare Improvement offers great tips to get the info you need. They recommend that every time you talk with a healthcare provider, you should ask 3 questions. 1, what is my main problem? 2, what do I need to do? 3, why is it important for me to do this? Everyone wants help with health information. You're not alone if you find information about your health or care confusing at times. Asking questions helps you understand how to stay well or to get better. Visit ihi.org/askme3 for more tips about how to best engage your healthcare provider. Penn Medicine's Contact Center provides health system navigation services to new and established patients who are seeking clinical care at Penn Medicine. Customer service representatives and registered nurses are available Monday through Friday. They help callers find an appropriate healthcare provider based on the caller's needs, symptoms, or diagnosis. They are familiar with the complete scope of Penn Medicine's clinical care, including physicians, departments, programs, centers, services, and locations. Call the Penn Medicine Contact Center today at 1-800-789-PENN. That's 1-800-789-PENN.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Tune in to EcoWord Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 11 a.m. for the PA Lottery EcoWord Tip of the Day. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
long nose. What's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with the Oracle, the sports guru himself, Chris Murray. And we're talking about all things sports. Before the commercial break, I'm so sorry because I had to interrupt what you were saying, and I did not want to do so, but we had to go to break. Chris, you're looking as if to say, wait, what was that? What was I talking about? You were talking about the Dallas Cowboys. And you were talking about how the Dallas Cowboys fans should not be so overzealous. You were stating that, the Cowboys had them, they do all right. The the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Did I say that? No.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, what they have to do is they have to prove that they can go deep into the playoffs. And, recent years has shown that they haven't. And they've got good players. I mean, Dak Prescott, I think, is having a really good year, even though a lot of Cowboys fans are hard on Dak. But Dak, I think, has done a good job. But the thing now, and this is something I said to Eagles fans back in 2008 when they beat the Cowboys in the regular season finale. I was just like, this can't be your Super Bowl. You got to go and win the actual one and whatnot, because the rivalries now, unless teams meet each other in the playoffs, the rivalries are less important in the postseason. And so, the Eagles do have a postseason game against Tampa Bay, and there's still hope. There's still hope that the Birds can turn it around. They just have to do it. There's no thinking about it. There's no, you just got to go out there, as Bugs Bunny once said to the Big Bad Wolf, blow the house down. I don't care if it is brick, blow the house down. And that's what they have to do, is to go in there, go down to Raymond James Stadium, go down to I guess Central Florida, and go down there and give the Bucks a good old-fashioned whooping like they did early in the season. That's what it has to. There's no thinking. You know what you have to do. Todd Bowles is going to blitz you because he's seen other teams do it. You got to basically, for once, I want to see the Eagles coaches adjust to something. Come up with a plan. This is coming. This is coming. Put your players in position to win because, they've become so predictable. And, stop all the talking. Don't tell me about, players only meetings. Don't talk about it. Just do it. Just be quiet and go down there and give them a butt whipping. That's what they have to do. No thinking, no over analyzing, no zen, prayer would be nice. Yes, prayer, meditation, and all these other things would be nice. But on the field, go get them.
We need a lot of prayer right now. We need a lot of prayer right now. Malcolm is sharing that the Cowbums fans need to get out of here. You know what? This rivalry is hilarious to me. Harold, show my Cowboys some love, Chris. And Miss Rosalind shares the Cowboys and the 49ers are great players. The Eagles should have known better. They should have been prepared point blank. There's no excuse. Coaching needs to be kicked in the butt. Yeah, well, the coaches. So do you think, let me ask you this, Chris, do you think that they will let go of some of the coaches, one or some?
They might let go of the offensive coordinator. And I feel bad saying that because the coach is African-American, and we always talk about, giving African-American coaches more opportunities. Although white offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators can be bad, and they surface everywhere. So I think you could probably you could look at Brian Johnson and say this is his first time being a coordinator. Maybe he hangs around, maybe he learns something from it. But you got a couple of first year coordinators in here, inexperienced, and it kind of showed. And I think that I hope somehow they rectify this situation. But I do think they need to bring some experienced people who can work with the quarterback, teach him, because there's some things. I mean, Jalen is still a work in progress and all that. And he passed for more yards and threw more touchdown passes than he did last year. He also threw more interceptions and turned the ball over. And so people are saying he's regressing. I don't buy that. I just think that, in many respects, they got caught up in the scheme. Because I look at a guy, I see Jalen Hurts as a guy who did win those games. People forget, when they had no defense. And in the last piece I wrote for The Sun, I basically said these teams gave up 400 yards here, and the defense gave up all this offense, and one constant, it was Jalen Hurts bringing them back. That's the thing that no one wants to. It's everybody on a social media saying, "Oh, he's regressed. He's not a top flight quarterback," and all this other stuff. Nobody. I mean, he's had a better year than Josh Allen and whatnot.
How about that?
Like I say, Josh Allen has committed as many turnovers as Jalen Hurts, and so he doesn't get the kind of scrutiny because right now his team is winning. His team is winning right now. So, the thing is, and I also think he's of a certain skin color, which I still say that kind of is out there. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but and I think sometimes in our community we're probably harder on Jalen Hurts than anybody else is because we're saying and there's some things Hurts needs to do. I mean, sometimes Hurts can't always try to be a hero. And if that's
but he's young. He's young.
Yeah, he is. He's.
Do you think we forget that? Yeah, he's a baby.
Yeah, we do. We're so caught up in, he's like I say, this is his second year, his third year as a starter, and he's still learning the game. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not excusing his mistakes. But, a lot of times, quarterbacks have up and down seasons and all that. So I just think at the end of the day, he's the type of guy that will go back and regroup and learn from things. But I will say this, and this is just my opinion about this, but during the preseason, none of those guys, none of the starters played in the preseason game. And I don't think that they should have at least played a couple of series or something to get them warmed up in the beginning. And I don't think they've recovered from that. No one's talking about that, but I don't think they really recovered from that, in my opinion.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Nick, you've been quiet tonight. Where have you been, Nick?
Nick.
Nick said, not right now. Well, Ms. Rosalind shares your opinion. Chris, she shares, just do it. There you are. I said, where's Nick? Where's our beloved Nick?
Sorry, I'm over here thinking I'm so smart. I didn't have my thing turned up. That's my fault.
Wait. Thank you, Nick. That feels good. Thank you, because that means I'm not alone today. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
It's the rain. It's the rain, man. The rain. That's what
I look out this big old window. All I see is these cars pass, and I go, man, I'm going to be one of those cars at some point. Oh, are we on there? So I discussed this a little bit yesterday when I was working, doing evening words. I have to say the only good thing that came out of this game is that we got to see our backup Mariota get slowly but surely comfortable on the field. Now, the first time he got out there, I believe he threw was an interception or a pick or whatever. And that kind of hurt my chest. That was the point where if I was going to turn off the game, I would have done it right there. because then it just becomes slapstick comedy at that point. But I was
And it
glad.
was.
Yeah, no, it was ridiculously bad. It was almost as if they paid them to go out there and play that bad.
I said the same thing. I said,
But I decided to stick it out with this game because I was watching it with my little brother, his girlfriend, and one of my friends that had came over, and we were all discussing how we could change things, and what they needed to do differently. Everybody except for my little brother, who's a diehard Eagles fan, who actually started calling out. He would go, "Oh, this guy's about to throw a pick. Watch this. This guy's about to do this. Watch this." And at one point, I was like, "Look, you need to shut up and start talking some positivity, because if you can call all of these bad plays that they're about to do, how come we can't see any of the good ones coming?" And it's just that, I mean, by that point in the game, I think all of our energy had been expunged pretty much. There was just nothing left in the tank, and I don't know. It was hard to watch, but it is at this point in our season. I don't think this should be really surprising anybody. This is the Eagles. Now, granted, we didn't have all of our tools, of course. We weren't playing at full strength, but even if we were, how different would it have looked? That's how I see it.
I think it's surprising to me because we can win these games, and because we had such a great streak. What we won 11 games before we started, before the tables turned. So I keep getting more and more shocked and surprised. Now, maybe it's because, like I said, I might be wearing rose-colored glasses, and the first 2 games that we lost after that winning streak, I was feeling and hoping, okay, this is a fluke. They're just having bad days, is bad games. Okay, all right, we're coming back from this. We're coming back. But here we are now. What, 5 losses? 5? Is it 5? 5 straight losses.
The last 6, 5 losses.
Yes.
Last 6 games.
Yes. Okay, Chris. Yes. Yes. Yeah. So it feels like, all right, the joke is on me. What is happening? What happened to bring us here?
But we have to also look at those earlier wins, because the earlier wins that we got, we kind of just squeaked by. We managed to get either very lucky, or things just kind of worked out in our favor. We didn't really dominate anybody, and I brought up when I was talking to my little brother about this. Have the Eagles played their best game all season? And he said the Dolphins game was the one where they probably were at their best. But I think after that second loss that we got, we just never seemed to be able to recover. And like Chris said earlier, we weren't making any adjustments. We're still not making any adjustments, and that's why I think we probably won't go very far in the playoffs. Because if we can't make the adjustments here, it's only going to be harder once we get to the playoffs. So,
agreed
with
that.
Shame.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Family.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Family, hey there. Talking to you if you just joined us. Welcome to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We're talking all things sports because it's Tuesday, and we're talking with the sports guru himself, the Oracle, if you will, Chris Murray. In a moment, we're going to take a short commercial break, and when we come back from that, we're going to dig into what's going on with the Sixers. Nicole P. asked Chris to share with us his thoughts on what's happening with the Sixers. So Chris is going to answer that question when we come back. I do want to share that Gary Bryant is joining us. Hi there, Gary. Always happy to have you join us. And Malcolm shares up. I said the same. Yeah, Malcolm shares. Let's remember, Jalen is still young. Yeah. I think we forget sometimes how young he is and how new, he is. That Miss Rosalind also shares. Chris, I didn't even know that. Now we got to kick butt. Coaches, she said these coaches, we're all in agreement with these coaches. I don't know what's going on with these coaches. But I think we're all feeling the pain. Those of us who are Eagles fans, those of us who are bleeding green. I know those of you who bleed blue. I know what you're saying. I know you're happy for this, but it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Family, join the conversation. You can give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. You can even call us toll free at 1-866 361-0900. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take a breather for a moment, take this short commercial break. Know that the phone lines are still open, and feel free to continue to comment on our socials because we're coming right back. Stay with us.
Want to be heard on Word?
Yes, this is Miss Renee King out of Philadelphia.
Dial 215-634-8065 to join the conversation. Outside of Philly, dial 1-866-361-0900. First time caller? Great. We would love to hear from you. Word is the voice of the African American community, so make yours heard. Please limit calls to once per day. Spread the word and tell a friend to tune in and join the conversation.
Hey girl, what are you doing here? Aren't you going to be late for work?
Yeah, girl, I had to get my coffee and my lottery tickets.
You still play the lottery? You think you're going to win?
Says who? There's always a chance. Besides, even if I don't win, I'm helping out older Pennsylvanians in my community with each lottery ticket I buy.
How so?
Well, the PA lottery was started as a way to fund programs for seniors in our state. They've contributed over $30 billion to many programs.
$30 billion with a B?
Yes, billion. The money goes to programs for property tax and rent rebates, free or reduced rides, low-cost prescriptions, home care services, and more.
I had no idea.
Yep, the PA lottery is the only state lottery whose proceeds benefit older citizens.
You know what? I think I'll get a few lottery tickets too.
There you go. Could you give me a coffee while you're at it?
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Problem gambling, helpline 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Can I touch this? Where does sand come from? Is this tree good for climbing? What happens if I mix these two things together? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Storing your guns securely is the best way to prevent family fire, including unintentional shootings. For more information on safe gun storage and ways to keep your family safe, visit endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org.
What do we keep in the attic? What's this thing called? Can I ride my bike backwards?
Like I said, kids are curious. It's up to us to keep them safe. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Want the latest in Word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Chris Murray in this hour. Chris, we've got about 15 minutes left. We've been talking about football. Nicole P. asked about the Sixers. What do you have to say about the Sixers? What are your thoughts?
Well, they've lost two straight in kind of embarrassing fashion. Jalen Brunson put up a bunch of it was a bad weekend for Philly and New York. The Knicks, it's bad enough that the Eagles lost on Sunday. They lost to the Knicks. The Sixers lost to the Knicks. Joel Embiid has basically has a swollen knee right now. Then they lost to the Jazz the next night. And it's just right now they're just going through a lull. And then Robert Covington is out. So, you got guys that are out, and they just have to, the other guys have to basically step it up in Embiid's absence. And, it's still a long season. The Sixers will pick it up.
Mm.
I'm optimistic they'll pick it up, but they also have to learn. There are going to be games where Joel Embiid is not going to play, and they're going to have to, play without him, and they're going to have to do a better job because Nick Nurse wasn't particularly happy with with the way they were playing, and he doesn't want them to use Embiid being out as as an excuse for playing badly. So I think the Sixers, and the thing is, he kind of got upset with the team about the effort that they're showing. But they've got to play with more energy and more effort. And he's used about 10, different starting lineups. He's trying to find an answer. The Sixers are now 23-12, and they have to basically they're going to have ups and downs and all that, but they've got to start learning how to play without Embiid as well, because there are going to be parts of the season and even parts of games where you're going to, play without your superstar. Maxi's playing well. They need a more consistent effort from Tobias Harris. And I like the fact, I hope they keep Kelly Oubre in the lineup because they're missing DeAnthony Melton. But I like Kelly Oubre for what he brings defensively and for his scoring. So that's what they need to do and whatnot. Do I hear and the dog agrees with me on that part. And that's the thing that from that standpoint, they've got to play better. And he doesn't, there's a way we want to play. And he said, and Nick Nurse said, there's a way we want to play, regardless as to who's out there. So they want to, do what they've been doing, play more team-centered basketball, work the ball around, and just try to find a way to win when Embiid is not in it. And of course, when he comes back, then then he'll pick up things. But the thing is that this is early January, and they've got to play better. They still have to play better. They still got to play teams like Boston. They still have to play a lot of the other, like Indiana and some other teams that are coming up and whatnot. So they're a work in progress.
Well,
they're working good progress, but they're going to have their ups and downs and their lows. They're still a team that's still learning how to play with each other.
Clearly, I mean, they really give the impression though that Embiid is the whole team.
He can be, and then him and Maxey. This is why I say they need their third option. Whether that's going to be Kelly Oubre or Tobias Harris. Somebody has to be the other guy that shows up for them, and that's the problem that like I said again, that I have with the Sixers at this point. And I still think that they're going to make some noise in the playoffs. It's just that they haven't played their best stretch of games yet, and I think that's coming. With this team, I believe that's coming. There is no shortage of belief that I have in this particular team.
Well, not if they don't learn how to play without Embiid.
True.
Don't misunderstand me. We love his participation and his contribution to the game, but if they can't play without him, we don't have a team.
That's true. You don't have a chance to do anything.
No.
He's the MVP. He's going to be the MVP of the league again, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. Yeah. I don't. And again, this is because you can't. There's no disrespect, but I mean, what do we have? We've got. It's supposed to be a team, as we say. There's no I in team. Here we go. We can't play without Embiid. What's going on? What do we have? No chance. We don't have any chance.
Without Embiid, to win a championship, you need Embiid.
I know.
You need that guy. You definitely need him.
Oh my goodness. Wait, Nick, are you a Sixers fan? Nick left us.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, that's okay.
I am, but I tend not to watch a lot of their games because if they're winning, then I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch. This will be another blowout. This will be another this. This will be another that. So I don't always watch the games. I didn't even know that they were on a 2-game losing streak, to be honest with you.
Nick said, "Look, I didn't have a clue." Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so busy being upset about the Eagles. I don't know what to do.
That's football season. Football season has that effect on everybody.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, they don't start thinking about. They don't turn their wrath towards the Sixers until the Eagles season is over. So now, right now everybody's kind of like, okay, the Eagles, the Sixers are losing right now, but more importantly, can the Eagles get us through the playoffs, or will the season end? Can the season come mercifully to an end?
I have to say the Eagles.
Continue?
Go ahead, or can they continue? Is that what you said? Can they continue?
Yeah, or can they get lucky and go through a playoff run? Like I said, teams have stumbled into the playoffs before and gone far, and so you never know. You never know. They might get that, I don't know, that lightning bolt. The gospel choir.
Not the gospel choir. Wait.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Like I said, man, like that scene in the Blues Brothers when James Brown said, "Do you see the light?"
Well, look, Brennan shares, "There's always next year." Here we are, another Cowboys fan. Talking about our birds. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. Listen, y'all Cowboys fans, you can talk about the birds. It's okay. You can have this one because, we're not playing our best right now. So, okay, we'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take it because we can.
They'll be on the couch. They'll be on the couch with Eagles fans. Sometime in the next couple of weeks. Can you please pass the dip?
Not the dip.
With a hot sauce or something like that. They'll be there too.
I love it. I love it. Family. Oh my goodness. Chris, first of all, I so love it when you come to visit with us. I love your updates. I love your perspectives and your just love it. Love it. Love it. And I'm so grateful that you come to spend time with us on Tuesdays. Family, don't you love our sports updates with Chris Murray, the one and only. Just thank you. Thank you again for taking time out.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. You don't know how much I appreciate you a lot. You know.
Oh, Chris, I told you. I was like, we have to have you here. We have to have you. And so we appreciate you obliging because, I share with our family members everything that you're doing, all of your responsibilities, and you're the mister. So I know you just find time, you make time to come and spend with us, to share with us. So we appreciate you for sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your space, your spirit, your knowledge, all of that good stuff. And we look forward to it. I look forward to it every single week. We get to talk about the birds. We get to talk about the Eagles. And I love that. I so love that. Family, look at the time. Look at the time. Here we are. Praising God, though, from whom all blessings flow. As we wrap tonight's episode, just thanking each and every one of you for your continued support. Just really, 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 as we are in 2024 and Love and Life is still here and we're still going strong. You are still hanging out with me. Thank you for giving me a pass. Y'all know I was all over the place tonight. So thank you. Thank you for giving me a pass. Thank you for showing me some love. To all of our guests, just once again for sharing time, energy, space, spirit, knowledge, and attention. Again, happy birthday to all of our love bugs who are celebrating a birthday. To the entire Word staff, especially Niall and Nick, I thank you tremendously for all that you do. Family, don't forget about the Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebrations that AMP is presenting. Don't forget about all this, that wonderful celebration about which we talked earlier. And don't think I've forgotten about you. If your heart is heavy today, I'm going to say it again, that I'm sending you extra love and hugs. Just on behalf of the entire tribe and village. I can't talk tonight. I don't know what's happening. So just know that you are not alone and know that you're loved, family. Know that, okay? I love you, but God loves you so much more. Family, remember we're all in this together, so be good to you, but be good to those around you. Have a great rest of your night, family, and be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Have a good night, family. See you later. See you later.